We're going to take a look today at one in particular called CogView3. It's doing things a bit differently. And by a bit, I mean like a lot.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
It's creating some seriously high-resolution images faster than anything we've seen. Faster, even, than some big names out there like SDXL.
Right. SDXL is kind of the industry standard now, so that's really saying something.
It is. So today we're doing a deep dive into CogView3. We're going to figure out exactly how it's doing all this. Mm-hmm. What's the secret sauce, so to speak?
Well, I think the biggest factor is something they call relay diffusion.
Relay diffusion.
Yeah.
Okay, now that sounds interesting.
It is. It's a two-stage process for generating images.
Two-stage. So it's not just, throwing everything in at once and hoping for the best.
Right, exactly. It's actually kind of counterintuitive.
How so?
Well, the first stage actually generates a much smaller, lower resolution image. It's almost like a rough draft or a blueprint.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So then what?
And then in the second stage, it uses that smaller image as a guide to upscale the image to the full resolution.
It's faster because it's not trying to create this huge detailed image all at once.
Exactly. It's a much less computationally intensive process, especially that first stage.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, when I was looking at the research paper, there were some numbers in there that were a bit mind-blowing, like the model size, 3 billion parameters. That's a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's massive.
And then there's the encoder they're using, the T5XXL.
Right.
Those are some seriously complex components. What are they doing exactly?
Well, you can think of the model size as kind of like the brain power of the AI. The more parameters it has, the more nuances it can learn, the more complex the patterns it can recognize. It basically just makes it more capable.
So, bigger model, smarter AI. Got it.
Basically. And then the T5XXL encoder, that's all about understanding your text input, when you type in a prompt. Mm-hmm. That encoder is making sure the AI understands exactly what you mean. Every little nuance, every detail. That way it can generate an image that actually matches your vision.
Okay, that makes sense. And there was one more thing that kind of stuck out to me. There's something in there about the images being 8x compressed.
Oh, right, yeah. That's another trick for boosting efficiency. By compressing the image data during processing, they can speed things up without sacrificing detail in the final image.
So you're getting high quality, and it's fast.
Exactly. It's the best of both worlds.
I mean, it's got to be working, right? Because the results, they're impressive. They did some human evaluations, and CogView3 scored 77% higher than SDXL. I mean, that's huge, right?
That's a very significant difference, yeah.
It's not just a number either.
Yeah.
I mean, that means that the images that CogView3 is generating are way closer to what people actually have in mind when they're, typing in their prompts.
Right. It's about getting it right the first time.
No more going back and forth, trying to tweak things, hoping to get something, almost close to what you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a pain.
It is.
Yeah.
Now, I know that not everyone needs the absolute highest resolution images. Maybe speed is the priority.
Right.
And the team behind CogView3, they thought of that too.
Oh, yeah, they've got something for that.
They actually developed a distilled version of CogView3.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It doesn't quite have the same level of detail, but it's still really good, and it's 10 times faster.
Yeah, so if you're working on a project, maybe you're doing some design work or trying to visualize something quickly, that distilled version could be a real game changer.
Absolutely. So what's next for CogView3?
Well, the team is aiming for even higher resolutions, like 2048 by 2048. That's going to be incredible if they can pull it off. And they're also exploring techniques like data recaptioning and prompt expansion.
Data recaptioning and prompt expansion.
Yeah, it's basically about making the whole process more intuitive, more interactive. Imagine being able to, refine an image by just typing in a few more words or having the AI suggest different interpretations of your prompt.
That'd be really cool. I mean, this technology, the potential is huge, right?
Oh, absolutely. It could revolutionize the way we create and interact with visual content. Okay. Whether you're an artist, a designer, a researcher, I mean, anyone could benefit from this.
Okay, so just to wrap things up, the big takeaways here are relay diffusion. That's the game changer.
Yeah, that's the core innovation.
And then all that tech behind it, the model size, the encoder, the compression, it's all working together to create these images that are high quality and fast. CogView3 is really raising the bar here.
We didn't really get into that today, but it's something we should definitely deep dive into at some point. How do we make sure this technology is used responsibly, that it doesn't, cause any harm?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a whole other discussion for sure. But for now, I think it's safe to say that CogView3 is something to keep an eye on.